Three fates, Rosemary Dobson. At the instant of drowning, he invoked the three sisters. It was a mistake, an aberration, to cry out for life everlasting. He came up like a cork and back to the riverbank, but on his clothes in reverse order, returned to the house. He suffered this enormous agonies of passion, writing poems from the end backwards, brushing away tears that had not yet fallen. Loving her wildly as the day regressed towards morning, he watched her ringing in the garden, growing younger, barefoot, straw-hatted. And when she was gone in the house in the swing and daylight, there was an instant pause before it began all over. The reel unrolling towards the river. Rosemary Dobson.
Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection, for they have grudged us contribution. The enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. Come on refreshed, new added, and encouraged, for which advantage shall we cut him off. If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
Upon your pardon, you must note besides that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day, we at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which is taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then, with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity. There's no more to say. Good night. They stand. Early tomorrow we'll rise and hence.
A prophecy by John Keats. 'Tis the witching time of night, orbed is the moon and bright, and the stars they glisten, glisten. See me with bright eyes to listen. Hearken thou, eternal sky! I sing an infant's lullaby. Through the rushes that will make its cradle still are in the lake. Though the linen that will be, its swath is on the cotton tree. Though the woolen that will keep, its warm is on the silly sheep. Listen, starlight, listen, listen. Glisten, 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 and hear my lullaby. Child, I see thee. Child, I found thee. Midst of all the quiet around thee. Shh. Child, I see thee. Child, I spy thee. And thy mother is sweet, nigh thee. Child, I know thee. Child, no more, but a poet evermore.
I mean, sir, really, I think we all must remember, in delay, we waste our lights in vain. We waste them like lamps in the daytime on the brightest day of the year. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that ear, once in our 5 weeks.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling, being but heavy. I will bear the light.
Nay, we must see you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream last night.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep, while they do dream things. True.
Oh! Then I see Queen Mab hath been with you.
Who?
She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little AJBeatz athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes of long spider legs. And she crawls and spins her webs. And her wagon is a small gray-coated gnat. Not so big and round like me, like a little worm prick from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub. Time out of mind, oh, the fairies' coachmakers, and in this state she gallops, night by night she gallops through lovers' brains, and they dream of love, to love,
to love.
More.
Oh, courtiers' knees, they dream. Oh, the courtsy straight. Oh, lawyers' fingers, who straight dream on fees. Oh, ladies' lips, who straight on kisses dream. Which off that angry Mab, with blisters and plagues. Oh, for their breasts with sweetness are tainted. Sometimes, though, she gallops over the courtier's nose, and he can dream of smelling out sweet on a suit. And sometime she can come, and with her little pig's tail can tickle a little person's nose as they lay asleep. And then dreams. Oh, dreams! Dreams are of another he, in another world, in another benefice. Sometimes she driveth over her soldier's neck. And he dreams of conquests, battles, reaches of heaths 5 fathoms deep, and then anon, drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two to sleep again.
Peace, Mercutio, peace!
That is very mad.
Thou talk'st of nothing.
It's true. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing, with vain fantasy, which is a thin substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind, whose woes even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
See the lyre? The lyre, in the flame of a fire, upon the little cradle's top, flaring, 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 past the eyesight's bearing. Awaken from its sleep, and see if it can keep its eyes upon the blaze. Amaze, amaze! It stares, it stares, it stares. It dares what no one dares. It lifts its little hand into the flame, unharmed and on the strings, paddles a little tune, and sings, with dumb endeavor sweetly. Bard, art thou completely, little child, o' the western wild? Bard, art thou completely, sweetly with dumb endeavor? A poem now or never, little child, o' the western wild? A poet now or never?
Now is the time of night that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite in the churchway path to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous aberration. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god? Some angel? Or some devil? Thou makest my blood cold and my hair to stare. Speak to me what thou art!
I'm the ghost with the most, dude. Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, I will see thee at Philippi then.
Aye, at Philippi.
Now I have taken heart thou vanishest. Ill spirit, I will hold more talk with thee.
Good morrow, brother.
Benedicite! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me?
Thy carliness doth me assure thou art uproused by some distemperature.
Or, if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed since last night.
Thou art a very naughty, dirty, naughty dog.
I have been feasting with mine enemy. Plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is on mine. And all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, and before her was Ethel, the pirate's daughter, so soon forsaken?
And before that, it was her brother, and then the goat, and the cow, and the sheep.
Young men's love then lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, how art thou so changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline. And Ethel.
And the cat, and the goose, and the duck.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
I pray thee chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote and could not spell.
But come, you dreamy fool. In one respect will thy assistance be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
As the skies light up, they believe we are blissfully unaware. But this activity by non-human extraterrestrial technology is capturing the attention of humans.
A dialogue between Caliban and Ariel by John Fuller. Have you no feelings you cannot tame? Have you no visions you cannot name?
The picture should extend beyond its frame, there being no limitation to bright reality. For all their declaration and complexity, words cannot see.
Are not the object and the word the same?
Words are but counters in a childish game. Each move you make is token only of the rules. Any rule may be broken by the boy from a clever school or a bored fool.
A language learned, but nothing understood. And you, at large, and everything I own before, lost. Like my name, within the magic wood. And no word for not fetching wood. The marvelous glove splits on the hairy claw. A language learned, but nothing understood. Imagine my rage then, Ariel, of a picture in my head that I could not draw. A language learned, but nothing understood. Weeping into the sea, hoping she would turn back and lead me through that little door. Lost, like my name, within the holy wood. Our master calls. I think it not good to question and be unhappy with your freedom or my language learn. But nothing understood. Lost, like my name, within the holy wood.
Sycorax, Jacqueline Thompson. I was a minnow of a girl, tossed by the storm, banished from Algiers, with the skin of my belly tight as a drum, packed with the kicks of my Caliban, whose diabolic father knew a trick or two. Prospero offered my boy stolen fruit on open palms, beguiled with wily spells. Now Caliban bears wood like a mule, weeps over his chains until iron turns to rust and man turns to beast with a poet's tongue. Ah, his words might be as sweet as peaches. At night he rocks gently, sings lullabies, but they are few and brief and soiled with curses. Oh, he could be so tall if he would only walk with unbowed spine.
Rules of fairy, Maeve Hightower. Do not eat of fairy food, and do not drink of fairy wine. Or when you leave fairy at last, the home you seek's no longer thine. Wear giving thanks for fairy gifts, though they save you from all pain, or else you may be in their debt and lose more than you stood to gain. Beware lights off fairy shores, and lanterns seen in wild bogs, for wisps will lead folks off of cliffs, and laugh as corpses float like logs. And buy not from fairy markets. They sell goblin fruits, curses, lies, the price of your dreams, your past, your soul, your voice, the color of your eyes.
Where is everyone? Where is everybody? Hey guys! Hey guys! Hey guys! Oh. I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here. I will sing. And they shall hear that I am not afraid. The ousel so block of you, with orange tourney bill. The thistle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer. Ooh, 1,000 pardons. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird indeed? Who would give a bird that lie to the cry, cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enamored to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can cleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to save my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt it or no. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. Peas blossom, cobweb, mote, and mustard seed, come, wait upon our honored guest. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently.
The fair folk have 1,000 laws that humans cannot understand. So if you want a happy life, do not enter the fairy land.
An All Souls Day in Germany. Margaret Fairless Barber.
The leaves fall softly, a wind of sighs, whispers the world's infirmities, whispers the tale of the waning years, while slow mists gather in shrouding tears on All Saints' Day.
And the bells are slow. In steeple and tower sad folk go. Away from the township, past the mill, and mount the slope of a grassy hill, carved into terraces broad and steep, to the inn where wearied travelers sleep, where the sleepers lie in ordered rows, and no man stirs in his long repose.
The sad folk wreathe each grave with flowers, awhile the veil of the twilight hours falls softly, softly over the hill, shadows the cross, creeps on until swiftly upon us is flung the dark. Then, as if lit by a sudden spark, each grave is vivid with points of light.
Earth is as heaven's mirror tonight. The air is still as a spirit's breath. The lights burn bright in the realm of death.
Then silent the mourners mourning go, wending their way to the church below, while the bells toll out and bid them speed, with eager pater and prayerful bead. The souls of the dead, whose bodies still lie in the churchyard under the hill, while they wait and wonder in paradise, and gaze on the dawning mysteries, praying for us in our hours of need, for us who with pater and prayerful bead have bidden those waiting spirits speed.
The Regent conquers, and the Frenchmen fly. Now help, you charming spells and parapets, and you, choice spirits that admonish me, and give me signs of future accidents. Thunder! Your speedy helpers that are the substitutes under the lordly monarch of the North, appear and aid me in this enterprise. This speed and quick appearance argues proof of your accustomed diligence to me. Now, you familiar spirits that are culled out of the powerful regions under earth, help me this once, that France may get the field. Oh, hold me not with silence over long. Where I was wont to feed you with my blood, I'll lop off a member and give it to you in earnest of a further benefit. So you do condescend to help me now. They hang their heads. No hope to have redress. My body shall pay recompense if you will grant my suit. They shake their heads. Cannot my body nor my blood sacrifice entreat you to your wanted furtherance? Then take my soul, my body, my soul, all, before that England give the French the foil. See? They forsake me.
Pardon, goddess of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the which with sounds of woe round about her tomb we go. Midnight assist our moan, help us, sigh and groan heavily.
Now is the time that France must veil her lofty plumid crest and let her head fall into England's lap. My ancient incantations are too weak, and hell too strong for me to buckle with. Now, France, thy glory droopeth into the dust.
Graves yawn and yield your dead, till death be added heavily.
Richard Browdigan, the horse that had a flat tire. Once upon a valley, there came down from some golden blue mountains a handsome young prince who was riding a dawn-colored horse named Lordsburg.
I love you. You are my shining castle. Gentle. So gentle. We will live forever.
In the valley, there was a beautiful maiden whom the prince drifted into love with.
Like a New Mexico maid from apple thunder and long glass beads.
The prince enchanted the maiden, and they rode off on the dawn-colored horse named Lordsburg toward the golden blue mountains.
I love you. You're my breathing castle. Gentle. So gentle. We'll live forever.
They would have lived happily ever after if the horse hadn't had a flat tire in front of a dragon's house.
To the Men Who Burned Witches by Nikita Gill. There is witchcraft in our blood. In our bones, we carry the magic that you could not burn away. You see, fire does not eat fire. Your mother would have taught you that. If the world hadn't convinced her that despite her body being able to bring life into this world, she is not a magical thing. Maybe the witches you burned were the daughters of something more holy than you could ever handle. So you set them alight for being different, forgetting that even the son of your god was once condemned for being too pure, too beautiful, too different for this world. History devoured your name, but we have never forgotten what you did, witch hunter. You see, fire never forgets. When you burned the witches, you thought what you did was small, but the flames gave birth to ideas. And the ideas set alight souls. For every witch you burned, there are now 1,000 witch women living differently and standing tall. And you may have burned some of us, but you will never destroy us all.
The poor ghost, Christina Rossetti. Oh, whence do you come, my dear friend? To me with your golden hair all fallen below your knee, and your face as white as snowdrops on the lea, and your voice as hollow as the sea.
From the other world, I come back to you. My locks are uncurled with dripping, drenching dew. You know the old whilst I know the new. But tomorrow you shall know this too. Oh, not tomorrow, into the dark I pray. Oh, not tomorrow, too soon to go away.
Am I so changed in a day and a night that mine only love shrinks from me with fright? Is fain to turn away, left or right, and cover up his eyes from the sight?
Indeed I loved you, my chosen friend. I loved you for life. But life has an end. Through thickness I was ready to tend, but death mars all, we cannot mend.
Indeed I loved you yet. If you will stay where your bed is set, where I have planted a violet, which the wind waves, which the dew makes wet.
Life is gone, then love too is gone. It was a reed that I leant upon. Never doubt I will leave you alone, and not wake you rattling bone with bone. I go home alone to my bed, dug deep at the foot and deep at the head, roofed with a load of lead, warm enough for the forgotten dead. But why did your tears soak through the clay? And why did your sobs wake me where I lay? I was away, far enough away. Let me sleep now, till the judgment day.
Freedom by Langston Hughes. Freedom will not come today, this year, nor ever through compromise and fear. I have as much right as the other fellow to stand on my own 2 feet and to own the land. I tire so when people say, let things take their course. Tomorrow is another day. I do not need my freedom when I'm dead. I cannot live on tomorrow's bread. Freedom is a strong seed planted in a great need. I live here too. I want my freedom just as you.
Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
Well, I did say so when I, first raised the tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, sir, in the same fashion as you gave in your charge.
I shall, miss thee, Ariel. But yet you shall have freedom. So to the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there thou shalt find the mariners asleep under the hatches. The master and the boatswain being awake, and force them to take this place, and presently I prithee.
If my shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding, but a dream.
Dreams by Helen Hunt Jackson. Mysterious shapes with wands of joy and pain, which seize us unaware in helpless sleep and lead us to the houses where we keep our secrets hid, well barred by every chain that we can forge and bind. The crime whose stain is slowly fading neath the tears we weep. Death bliss which dead can make our pulses leap. Oh, cruelty, to make these lives again. They say that death is sleep, and heaven's rest ends earth's short day, as, on the last faint gleam of sun, our nights shut down and we are blessed. Let us then be of heaven's joy the test, the proof if heavens be, or only seem, that we forever choose what we will dream.
Gentles do not comprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest puck, if we had unearned luck. Now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, farewell unto you all, give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.